Zayd, that today is Chav Ches El. Chav Ches is Koyach. That's the day he was Nifter. So that shows the Koyach that Zayd had even to the last. I was here Sunday, and to visit, and he was still a Koyach. He was, even though it wasn't such, he still was. His hands were strong, and he still had Koyach, and even to the last moments, he was a man full of koyach. That's what Zayd was. He wasn't anyone he fought for something and he stood up for it, and that's the only way it was going to be. He wasn't letting anything get in the way of that, and that was it. He had the cover for the Torah, the Hirsch Berger, and he made sure everything was taken care of. And we also know that he, even though he wasn't a man of few words, but for the family, he was bring family with him. When they see my son, he say, "Oh, a shiny angela." And he saw my wife, a shiny Meidela. So always tell everybody that. So get those words from Zayd is a very big bracha, because everyone knows he wasn't really a big talker, chas v'shalom, someone who gossiped and did idle chatter. But he was someone, man, if you say nishlech, that's like a compliment, because it's not bad. It's a good thing. So hopefully we can all learn from Zayd that to use his koyches that he had. Maybe we have something of it, just to emulate him. So. And that we should grow in ourselves, that we have that same brand and the same koyach that he had and that we saw him have, and hopefully we'll be able to instill in our children and our families for Torahs. And that should be a Meilus Yosher for all the family and the whole Gan Sklal Yisrael.
Go ahead. Very hard for me to stand here and be masked so schwer. It's me down to be human. We heard all the shvuchim and all the good things about him. Usually people exaggerate by Levaya. They say things which are not true. I believe from hearing everybody it was under-exaggerated. I lived with him many, many, many years. I didn't count how many, because when you're having a good time, time flies by fast. But I can tell you that much, that there is no other person like him. Whatever's on, it should be surgery, heart surgery, or he had a kidney removal. There was never, ever a complaint. One word of saying, ouch, or it hurts me, not one word. Never was Misram, not Chas v'Shalom under Rabbeinu Shalom. He was always accepting whatever he had in life. He always accepted and never complained. Zoek nog van Rabbeinu B'Shitcha, this week said that Yarov Kamuta Likhi Tizakatal Mrusi. What is the equation of mutar to Torah? That's a very interesting thing. It says mutar, rain. It rains today, but you see nothing of it. It takes months and months till we see the product, what comes out from the rain. The Torah is the same way. You learn and learn, but it takes time till it really shows its fruits. My shver olav hashulam. It's the beginning from rain. We don't know. We saw so many things when he was alive, which we took it for granted. But at the end of the day, it still stays engraved in my mind. How everything was, the Torah. He used to sit years in the kitchen and learn. He did not want to waste any light in the svura room. The kitchen, the light was open anyway. So he sat there and learned mamash loipusik pima magersa. This is not an exaggeration. Whoever knew him, mamash, it was day to day. He used to come up in the beginning. He came to the dafayoy mishir techot. Then when he got weaker, he stopped little by little till he just did not feel that he can hold with the shear. He used to sit in the kitchen, finish Tillim. I don't know how many people today in our day and age say Mahmudus. Remember that Mahmudus that says in the back of Yankman Center? There's nothing he left out. Every single day, completed Tillim, Shas, every week or every 2 weeks. In the end, when we got weaker, he didn't even know what was the next Masechta. So he used to tell me, bring me the next recipe. After that, he used to go in and take, no, it was not scroll. He was usually in a regular shas. Occasionally, he took a not scroll. And this went on day and night. If an Einik would come, a family member, it was hello, goodbye, and the Gemara. I don't even know if he closed the Gemara while he was looking at him. He was Kilel Hashem. He was mispal, I'm sure, all his life that this is the way he should go. Just yesterday, the last couple of days, we had a problem with nutrition, and we called certain doctors to see what to do, because his desire was always, his will was always not to, chas v'sholem, end up in a hospital or all that stuff. And we all know, unfortunately, what happens today. The Rebbeinu Shalom had his way. 20 minutes before he was nifter, he still bent my head with such koiches that I can't even, when I think back, I can't even believe how he had the koiches. He actually physically took my finger and almost bent it out because we were trying to take care of him. And that's what the koiches he had, and mamash blitzling in a minute. My wife called me up that he's not responding, and mamash, whoever it was, Hashem had this chiyah to have a minion by Yitzias Neshama, Lafkalud Zeichelikat. Not only that, he had the Chavrisa and the people that he spent most of his time in the last couple of years were there by his Yitzias Neshama, and they can all be made. He was nifter like a tzaddik, the misas, the shika, mamash, no goises, nothing. He just, his heart, Hatzula was here, his heart went down slowly, 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 and went mamash and misas, the shika. And the Dafnis Pauls, they were going mentioned to Israel. He bought a plot in Tzfasi, HaKodesh. For the Shoshana, it's the proper time. There is, I think the HaKodesh says that Mashiach will come from Tzfas, HaKodesh. The Rebbe should help. It should be a Meilitz Yosha. I see here it says Chesed Shalemas on the mantle here, and I was thinking about it. It's a Moedike Chesed that we have everything here. Baruch Hashem, that the people that were here when by Yitzias Neshama were able to, our Chaver of the Chaver Kedisha here, the Tahara was done, mamish, while in an hour or an hour and a half after he was lifted, the arrangements were made, mamish, to go to Yisrael. We hope and we ask everybody to be mispalel. We should be able to have Stimus HaGoyel before this month tomorrow. In Derech HaTev it should be. I also would like to take this opportunity to really thank my wife, who's mamash. It's a misasefer to know how you could be Mekayim Kibbutz Av. An hour before, she was still wiping him and fighting with him to clean him. It's not to believe, and Mixes Shavucha Befunov, I don't want to, she asked me not to mention her, but I understand her, but there's only one father, and I felt the chiyuv to give her at least that in front of the Neshama here, in front of the Nifter, should know. And we can only ask her that Rebbe shall help him. He's going to be his zoicha to be up. And by Yom Adim, Wednesday, Thursday, he's going to be up in Shemayim. He has nothing to worry about. He went through hell already. It says anybody that has a number has nothing to worry about. He already paid for us. For God's Klal Yisrael, Atzaf Kaladoides. We ask him to be a Meilitz Yosef for the whole family, for all the kinder, for all the Heinikler. Baruch Hashem, he was nifter, the Saiva Tova, in his own bed. He never went into a hospital. How many people can say that in today's day and age? Al Capone, we should just ask that I want to ask Mechila Befrasia. I mean, after all, there's things we did, and he was still alive, we had no choice. And he was fighting, it was a fight every day. And I want to thank all the Ingalad that helped recently to get him out of bed every morning and fight with him. He did not want to get up. I want to thank him very much for the help, and I want to thank him all for helping to make this a quick transition and all of that. The problem is going to be, how are we going to continue living without him? We're so used to be in the kitchen. He went till, this is not to believe, a real Mrs. Seifer. Till 2 weeks ago, he went down to shul every single day with the cane, up and down, up and down. And like David said, before he finished davening, what was his next question? Whatever the next tefillah was, when dam meshachos, when dam mincha. That's the only question he had. When dam. As begovekken. Every time, the only thing he had in mind was only Venet Medavanan. The Rebbe should help. Again, he should be a Meilet Yosher for the whole Mishpucha for ganz Klal Yisrael. Should be Zoiche. The Chipper hat Musay Amoy. Anini goy Mame v'dam avud av Yikoim. The Boine Shalom, you have what to take. Coming from the Aller Shur. It's sad that he went through the war, so he wasn't in Auschwitz, he was in worse than Auschwitz. Auschwitz was still maybe good. He ran years and years, he ran in Russia with all the stories that you heard. The Rebbe should be a Meilet Yosher to the whole family. I also want to thank a special person, David Avizor, which was constantly here to help him by davening, and getting him up and going down. Mamash a chesed. It's a chesed that Mamash nobody would undertake. He just finished yesterday or the day before yesterday to make him, he made a special sign with the dates, because every day when he used to come down and daven, Hayom Yom, he didn't know what day it was. Every day it was 3 times, 10 times. Vusihan, Hayom Yom. And he, instead of him screaming, he made him a pamphlet printed, Hayom Yom Chamishi, in Yiddish, in English, in Shukaidish, so it should be easier for him. Nabuchi didn't have this chis. He used it once, I think, last night. He made a pamphlet which is very interesting with all the Yom Tov and the Shoshana. He was sitting in the kitchen yesterday morning. I showed him the Yom Tov. I says, the Weiss is on a Shoshana. What's dit with a Shoshana? There's my blue shayfer, you know, and I took him through the Yom Tov until he says Lamach Shalom. You know, he was tired. I want to thank him, David, from the bottom of my heart, the name of my whole family, for doing what he did. I should help him that he should never have to go through this, and he should be zeicher to ksiv together with the Kams Klal Yisrael. If there's anybody that wants to say a couple of words, we have a little time. So our flight is a little later, but if anybody, if the Eimiklich want to say something, they're all invited. Okay? Nobody wants to. Yeah. All of them. They should go now. Yeah, but now. We ask the daughters to come, please, for career. Esther Werdiger, if you would come, please, to do the career for them. First, we'll say Karmel Rachman. It's the best of the goals. We'll ask Martha to make the call.
Ein Mulerachamim, Sheichaim, Bamelohim. Ametzai menich v'nechoyenu, al kam kvaya shechidu. V'mahalois, kedoishim et ahoidim, kizoyar hurukiyam, azhi yedim. Es nishmas Nuchem Tzvi B'Rabben Yumin Shulach Le'oilu Moi Ba'avir Shanachni B'Spalalim B'Das Kuras Nishmusoi Began Aiden Tehai Menichusoi L'chaim Balarachamim Yastirahi This Isaac Nufav Le'oilu Mim Bitzoi Hachayim Es Nishmusoi